What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table we have another Battles of Summerhall Swiss video for you from round 2, brought to you by these awesome donators who back the channel on patreon.com/Rob's Gaming Table. You can do so by clicking the link in the description below. We got Alex versus Caleb, Martell Fealty versus Stark Fealty. Stark Fealty players on the left, Martell Fealty players on the right.
Shaggy.
And for setups, we have Hota, Bastard Daughter, Dornish Fiefdoms on the right. We got Tumblestone Knight, Shaggy Dog, Bran Stark, and the Tully location, River Run, I believe, is what's there on the Stark side. So this will be an interesting Stark deck, I'm sure. Yes, it is River Run. Reaction after power is gained or moved to a House Tully character, kneel River Run to have that character gain 1 power. So are we going to see big fat Catelyn in this deck? That would be pretty cool to see. So we have Noble Cause played first. Are we going to see her come out here on the first round? We got a long plan played on the Martell side, looking to gain some gold off losing challenges and carry that gold over into the next round. So most likely looking to drop a low gold plot next turn. So looks like the Stark player is going first. Drops a Heart Tree Grove and a dupe on River Run to keep that around. So this is round 2 of Swiss of the Battles of Summerhall. If you hadn't seen the first video from this series, we're going to do one of 5 rounds of Swiss. Got a couple games of the draft. This was a crazy tournament where they did. They played in Duluth, Georgia, at the Wasteland Gaming Store, and they did Swiss, normal joust, and then cut to top 8, drafted a pod of 8 players, and then cut to a top 4 for the finals to play a melee game out to see who was the winner of the melee table, and that's who won the tournament. So I got all those videos coming up except for the melee finals. There was some recording issues. Thanks again to Daniel Trouse for sending me the footage so I can commentate this for you guys. So we got Fast Steady was put out there using the Noble Cause, and it looks like a Steward was played also. Over to the Martells for marshalling. Looks like he's got 6 gold to work with. After that, Dornish Fiefdoms going second, getting him 2 gold. +4 from the plot. Looks like he played a Rose Road for his limited. Or played a Fiefdoms for his limited. No, I think he had that already. I don't remember. He also has Fealty to help him out on the loyal cards.
1, 2, 3.
And we got Venomous Blade on the Bastard Daughter, who plans to leave play and return that Venomous Blade back to hand. And Bran gets a poison token and will die at the end of the marshalling phase.
We will give Ed a condemned.
So no power icon for Fast Eddie there. Getting condemned with the Martell icon removing attachment.
I think I'm done.
And obviously Bran dies at the end of the phase there.
Okay. Go for it.
So we either get a military challenge from the Stark player or a power challenge, or both. You can definitely win a military challenge, but he's just going to kill that Bastard Daughter and lose a card from hand, I'm sure. But you can get a power on Fast Eddie and throw a power to another character off of Fast Eddie's ability.
I'm sorry?
8 military.
So 8 military here with the Tumblestone Knight and Eddard Stark, slightly tilted there. I believe Venomous Blade's given a +1 strength buff also, so only 7 military on the other side to defend with right now.
Okay, I have an action. I am going to play Iron Bank.
And he plays Iron Bank as his due to get Hota out of play.
And I get 3 gold.
And obviously collects 3 gold off of that. No Hands Judgment played to cancel the gold generation.
Oh, and I have to name my house card to that.
So the house card's now, Fealty is now turned off.
And then I will block for 1.
And the Bastard Daughter is going to block for 1. So I think we're setting up a Juicy Valor here next turn is what I think's happening.
So, reaction?
Or maybe a Last of the Giants into Varys.
It's not unopposed, so
Claim his bastard daughter. She's going to trigger, get a card out of hand, I'm sure.
Action to that, I get to discard a card from your hand.
And the Venomous Blade goes back to hand, of course, not being terminal. And Arya Stark is grabbed on the Intrigue Claim.
Unless you have some.
He gains her now. Yes, he gains one. He also gains one. House Tully.
And the House Tully character getting one off the River Run trigger. Tumblestone Knight gets an extra power. I don't see that sticking around too long. So that's too bad for this deck. A Stark deck getting power on his characters might have a little bit of trouble with a Martell deck that's constantly wiping the board if that's what's about to happen here.
I'm going to reaction to losing, get a gold.
So long plan trigger. Tons of money on the Martell side of things. Sitting at looks like 7 gold right now. 1 gold still on the Stark side.
Shaggy's your only standing character.
I think we have a power challenge coming in here from the Steward.
My challenges?
And that goes unopposed.
Right. Sorry. We didn't finish that off. All right, and
Shaggy's the only thing left.
So the fact that the opponent, the Stark player, has to keep letting his opponent know who's still standing. And yeah, you can see the opponent get frustrated by that. I'm sure you guys watching are. I am.
all right, so
Slightly tilting characters can get a little confusing. You were supposed to tilt them 90 degrees, get them fully knelt, so there's no issues. But if that's the way you play, that's fine. But you got to make sure your opponent knows what's going on too.
Spy's gonna come into play for 4.
So the Dornish Spy
When she
jumps
does
into
that,
play. She's going to steal an icon, I believe.
When she comes into play, she can choose a character to remove and
Challenge.
yeah.
So Shaggy Dog loses military icon.
We'll do a military for 3.
Obviously unopposed.
Unopposed. Claim.
So it looks like it's a military challenge. Claiming the Steward, going unopposed.
Alright. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to
A Venomous Blade, figure to kill that Tumblestone Knight.
wish I could hold on to some of that, but that's okay. To put a poison token on the Tumblestone Knight.
So I like this Martell deck already, doing some cool stuff, bouncing around that Iron Bank,
For me, so it looks like
doing some work.
10 challenges, so he dies, and that'll be your Dom.
So Dominus goes to the Stark player. No gold to carry over from the long plan, it looks like. And we're 2 power on the Martell side, 3 power on the Stark side. Is this Martell deck going to do some crazy stuff? March to the wall here, send that Venomous Blade back to hand. Is that what's going to happen here? Get rid of a character on the other side? I could see that. That would be kind of funny.
Sorry, I'm still thinking.
And he does. I figured. Here we go. March into
I have initiative.
Wardens of the North. I think that's the Stark one where you can move a Stark into the challenge as long as another Stark character is participating twice in the phase. So the March gets his Venomous Blade back. Shaggy Dog gets marched. And it looks like the Stark player is forced to go first after losing initiative there. Rose Road marshaled in for some economy. Going to use his Stark reducing location to get Arya Stark in play. Going to trigger that, get the duplicate. Don't think she's going to have that duplicate for long. And we have Septa put into play.
Reaction, I'm going to kneel Dornish Fiefdom and just grab 2 coins.
So 2 gold gained off the Dornish Fiefdoms on the other side there. And he should take 5 gold there additionally.
Alright, may I see Septa? She gives Arya an intrigue. Yes. Immune to opponent's plot effects. Cool. Collect 5 coins.
So we see Arion in hand. Could have Arion put in play. But I don't think he's got enough there to do the Venomous Blade also. So the Martell player here's got 7 gold to work with, debating what to do. He has Fealty also.
So I'm going to play.
And he's got a flea bottom. So he's able to bring in that Palace Spy, I think, back in is it Palace Spy, Dornish Spy? I'm not sure which one. The one that just removed the icon. That could happen out of the discard pile, I believe. And there's Arion Martell, leaving it mysterious. What's she gonna do? Who's she gonna bring into play?
Next, I have. Do you have a pre-challenge action? Okay.
So it is the Dornish Spy. She's got ambush for. After Dornish Spy enters play, choose a character until the end of the phase. That character loses a challenge icon of your choice, which is happening right now here. So a flea bottom Dornish Spy. She's gonna take an icon away.
Get rid of.
Yeah, Eddard Stark's military. So Eddard Stark is iconless. He's just going to stand there, add 6 to dominance this round.
Alright.
Military challenge.
So Arya Stark coming in on the military challenge. 2 strength, stealthing the Dornish Spy.
Okay.
Trying to force maybe Arion to get out of play and bring someone into play. Oh, Wardens of the North going into play there, bringing Eddard Stark into the challenge. Tricky, I love it. Getting around that icon removal. Totally forgot that was a thing.
I have an action. I'm going to bounce Arian back to hand. To play Arian.
Pota coming back into play, knocking Eddard out of the challenge. I love it.
No.
They're tricking them in and tricking them out. So Arya's back by herself, fully gets blocked by Hota, dancing around that stealth. So military challenge not going through, getting fully blocked. Just like that. And that's what you call being pantsed. And now an intrigue with Septa.
The downside of that is now you have a chance for Arian, who I like so very much.
Could be blocked, but it looks like it's going to go through. And you hear the worry about Arion getting grabbed on the intrigue claim. Which would be the intrigue hit of the century here if he can do it. And it's not. Gets rid of another condemned, I believe. So far after voicing over, this is the second one I'm voicing over for this match. Like I said, I wasn't at this tournament. Thank you to Daniel Trouse for sending these over, but it seems like he did pick some very interesting matches so far. The first game had a very interesting Lanny Sun deck. This Martell deck, even the Stark Fealty doesn't seem to be the normal Stark Fealty, but it's pretty cool. He sent over some interesting matchups here. I like this so far. So let's see, Blackfish grabbed on the intrigue claim.
The downside of Arya.
Oh, that was under Arya. Sorry, that was under Arya.
And then that looks like a tie for Dom.
This guy military challenge came in there from the Dornish Spy, not an intrigue. My bad.
Oh, end of the phase.
So flea bottom sending the Dornish Spy to the bottom of the deck.
Only she stayed out, but that's okay. My hand limit's 5, so I'm good there.
And we have Fallen from Favor looking to sacrifice a character, get Hota out of play to possibly play another one. And then Close Call on the other side, looking to move a character from the dead to the discard, I believe.
Going to sacrifice Arian.
And draw a card. So Bran gets moved, and he draws one because there's no Winter Plot across the board.
Draw 2.
And the Martell player choosing the Stark player to go first again, probably trying to get that gold off the Nordish fiefdoms, and to see what his opponent marshals out so he can react to it. But the Martell player getting some nice 7 gold off the plot there, so he's probably going to do something interesting. Might see a Varys play here. So the Stark player has to watch out he doesn't walk right into that. And the Blackfish. We know another copy of him sitting in the discard, so probably doesn't have a dupe for him. Does he have any bodyguards? That's the real question. That's going to be it. Saving a gold, looks like.
Neil Dornish fiefdoms. Grab 2 gold, collect the rest of this. So I have 10 gold.
Putting my money on a Varys play here. if the Martell player has it. Feels like it's that time.
I'm gonna kneel.
So Neil's Fealty, he's digging for Varys. He's playing a Green Blood Trader. Looking at the top 2 cards. Looks like it's 2 locations maybe, I think there. Hard to tell. Picked one very quickly. Probably not what he's looking for though, based on the hand gestures there.
Play a Dornish Fiefdom.
So another Dornish Fiefdom's paying for itself.
That too.
And he plays Arion, so no Varys, I don't think.
5.
Maybe there is still. He could do the Last of the Giants into Varys if he's got it, but no, he's going to play out a Venomous Blade to try to kill Arya here in the marshalling phase.
And then I'm going to pass.
And sit on a gold. So Arya goes away. She's dead.
All right.
Military challenge for team.
So a military challenge coming in. 10 strength. Eddard Stark and the Blackfish. Gonna draw some cards, get some power going here. And that river run's gonna come into effect on the Blackfish since he is a House Tully.
I mean, gotta do it.
And we got Fleabottom coming in. Arrow Hotel, obviously.
Yahoda.
Knocking one of them out of the conflict.
Reaction to
Or
when
challenge,
you
sorry.
play, I'm going to
Sorry, guys. Damn L5R terminology. I'm sorry.
kneel block for 5.
And he wins the military just like that. That is gross. Knocking a... I don't know who he knocked out of the challenge. Probably Eddard. And then fully blocks with Hota 5-4.
Okay.
That's disgusting. Where are the frozen solids, man, to block that Fleabottom? You gotta cut that off.
Oh, I had to spend that coin. Sorry.
Does he have a 3rd Iron Bank? To get Hota back into hand.
How many cards do you have in hand? Yeah, I can chip it.
And we got an intrigue coming on with Arion Martell, 4 strength. Septa can defend, but only block the unopposed, it looks like. And she will do it.
So it's not opposed. Flame is gonna be that guy.
And it's a River Run Minstrel there. Off of the intrigue claim.
I'm going to pass, and I think that's 2-2. So
And it looks like Dominus is tied to the Venomous Blade, buffing up the Green Blood Trader by 1, and 2 gold on the other side.
Oh, and other end of phase things.
And Hota goes on the bottom of the deck from Fleabottom there. And we have calling the banners into counting coppers.
You're going to get to go first this time.
So the Stark player finally win initiative, choosing the Martell player to go first. So going to get 1 gold off each of his locations there. And he's going to get 5 cards, though. We do see Last of the Giants in hand, so he's probably running Varys.
All right.
And he's digging for him. That's why he's playing close call.
3. Kneel. 5.
And just shy on the economy for it. Or for Varys straight up, sorry. Not the Last of the Giants. That's only 2 gold needed. But did he get the Varys? That's the question. We'll see how he marshals here.
Going to attain.
So losing the intrigue off of Septa Mordain there. She is iconless. Eddard only has that military. Blackfish is good to go right now. And we get the Desert Scavenger played for 1. And saves 4 gold.
Pass, keep 5 points.
We have a Dornish spy going to be ambushed in here. Did he draw into any duplicates here on the Stark side? That's what he's going to need. This Stark Tully rush isn't really putting the pressure on like it should so far. The control of the Martell players definitely holding them down here, moving icons for sure, and the Hota bouncing in is definitely locking things down. So we have ice put into play here on the Blackfish. I think giving him a strength buff, but he does get to sack it.
Any character.
I think he's got +2 off that, I believe.
But he has to be in the military challenge that he wins.
So you win on offense or defense, trigger that off, kill a character. So Arion is, I'm sure, the target right now. But I'm sure she won't be around when that ice goes off. She'll just jump back into hand. And we have the River Minstrel coming into play. Giving a power to the Blackfish, which River Run gets triggered, giving another power to the Blackfish. And the Blackfish just, I think, needs one more power, and then Tully characters don't need to kneel to attack. So he could get that turned on there, and that would be interesting. I think that's what he needs to get going. Just needs one more power on him. So over to the Martell player for challenges. Let's see what he has first. Does he have anything he's going to do here?
Intrigue of 1.
So we have a 2 strength intrigue coming in from the Green Blood Trader with the +1 from the Venomous Blade. And the River Run Minstrel will block for 3. And a power challenge with Arion Martell. Arion, tomato. You can block with Fast City. He's got no power icon. You don't want to block with Blackfish. You want to use that beautiful ice he's got attached there, but Arion's not going to be around for that.
He does not
he tries to block with Eddie, but no power icon on Eddie. This feels like the thing you want to do, but it's not happening right now.
Master strategy has unfolded.
No defenders.
That looked like it hurt to say. Alright.
Makes sense.
Sorry. I can be a little mean. Alright, Pass
and no more challenges for the Martell player. Maybe he's sitting on another Hota in hand.
Alright.
And we got again the military, Blackfish and Eddie coming in. And Arion goes back to hand. Oh man, is it Hota again? No, it's just the Bastard Daughter. All right. So Stark player might get something going here.
Block that for 1.
Unopposed block with the Bastard Daughter. Bastard Daughter is going to take a card out of hand, of course. So card drawed off the Blackfish's drew a card off the Blackfish's ability.
No actions.
I'm just gonna apply claim.
No, really. Nobody really want to ice. Right,
so no ice trigger, of course.
Kill her.
He gains renown. He gains renown. He does too.
And we get the renown trigger off of Eddard, giving an extra power to the Blackfish. Blackfish has 4 power on him now.
Although with all that land out there, just like sure, whatever. She doesn't have any tricks.
But last of the Giants into Varys.
That looks like mine. I have a.
Oh, here we go. So he takes dominance on the Martell side. Last of the Giants.
Play Last of the Giants for 2 gold.
Gross. And Varys is there. Oh, man. Come on. No nightmares.
All right. So dominance phase is going to end now. End of dominance phase. I'm going to remove Varys from the game.
And the glass cannon of the the Tully rush here just falls apart just like that off a 2-cost event.
3, 7. And I'm under my hand limit of 7 cards.
So sad. Oh, man. You knew it was coming. He's playing Green Blood Traders, counting coppers, digging for that Varus. He had the last of the Giants for a while, looked like there. Can't let that Tully, the Blackfish, get that Tully effect turned on and going with that river run out there. And we got Varus Riddle into a Time for Wolves.
So that's funny.
Same thing that happened last game.
All right, so
So they will get to trigger Time for Wolves twice, but
to win initiative, so you
I don't see any Dire Wolves being in this Martell Fealty deck. So Summer is grabbed.
Okay. So here's a very funny, interesting question. Can I search my deck for a Direwolf card?
And then shuffle.
And then nothing? Okay. So I'm going to...
So he's going to look through what's left in his deck here, pretending to search for a Dire Wolf, and obviously not find anything.
I don't have a Direwolf. So I'm going to...
And he's just going to shuffle his deck up. Since he's been putting cards on the bottom with Flea Bottom, makes sense. Shuffle them up. He wants to get some of those back. Why not?
Into your hand, right?
Why not mix things up? It's all random. So I'm not sure we grab with Summer there, if it's Bran or Arya. I forget who is dead and who is discarded, but I guess you can grab from either, I think. We saw Varus fall out of the deck there as he was shuffling. Oh, man. Foreshadowing, another things to come here, another Varus. So 6 power on the Martell side, 2 on the Stark side. This game's not totally out of control yet for one player. And we get Sansa coming in to play. I'm not sure what strength she's sitting at. I think he said 1 or 2 there, since there are some Starks in the dead pile. Or she's 0. Nope, no, Varus. It was Varus, not a Valor. And Arya is back with a duplicate, since Summer helped save her there.
One coin.
So Time for Wolves. Not a bad post reset plot there for Stark, obviously, to get that Summer interaction going there to help get some characters on the board.
Neil. 4?
But 10 gold on the Martell side, wow. And plus a Blood Orange Grove and Fealty if he wants. Let's see if what he's got in hand, if he's got the characters to get things flowing here. So Dornish Fiefdoms Nelts. And Arion is back, spending 4 more gold. So he got those icon moving attachments back to hand. So he's able to play those back out, which kind of sucks if he wants, since they're non-terminal. It's also the cool part about Varus, is you can just get them back and then reset them up back on the board.
I mean, intrigue on her. Simple choice.
So intrigue on Sansa. She's got no intrigue icon now.
And then we will put one on Arya.
And no power icon on Arya.
So that's going to leave me with 4
And
points.
4 gold saved on the Martell side. Going into challenges now. 1 gold saved on the Stark side, it looks like. Stark player going first here. Sure, he'll start off with the military here, probably with Summer, maybe with Arya also. If he's worried about like Knights of the Sun coming in or a Palace Spearman, at least he'll get by him with that.
Military.
He's just going to military with Arya for 2.
Still fast. Just for shuffles.
I do have an event that, I mean, Martell has an event that could give her a military, so that's fair.
And Flea Bottom's an option, of course. What's he got in there? You just bring someone in for Claim Soak, at least.
A new Flea Bottom.
And we get a Green Blood Trader to help get some draw going.
Green Blood Trader. Draw 2. And then that is going to go. I declare no defenders. So before we resolve, do you have any actions? Okay, cool. So reaction. I do have a reaction to losing though.
And we have his Viper's Eyes reaction on losing the challenge here to look through the start player's hand
Yep,
and discard a card.
And that's it. Juicy options.
See 2 Jon Snows in there. See another Summer. See Ice. Jory Cassell. And it looks like it's Ice.
I'd like to get rid of characters, but Ice sounds scary. I think you can beat me on a military. So, there's your unopposed. Claim's going to be green blood. Okay.
So it sounds like a start player passed challenges over to Arion to come in on attack here.
Unopposed.
So an intrigue challenge looks like unopposed and grabs Jory Cassell on the intrigue claim.
I don't really know what I wanted out of that because he had 2 Johns. So,
Get rid of his duplicate.
yeah. For your Valor that Stark likes to run. Alright, action. I'm going to jump in Ariane, play Desert
So
Scout.
Desert Scavenger, huge Arion trigger here. No, I'm just joking. Desert Scavenger coming in though on a little power challenge. And Sansa will block.
Correct.
Sounds like she's at 2. So there's 2 Starks in the dead pile.
I have an action. So, Venomous Blade.
And it's a Venomous Blade trigger off. Oh, man.
Give Desert Scavenger +1 strength and put a poison token on Arya.
So he's going to win the power challenge. Arya gets the poison token.
So you win the power challenge.
That's a sneaky little play there. I like it.
I believe that's going to be pass to your doctor.
Okay, save her.
So Robb Stark was a dupe under Arya there, used to save her from the poison token. And Dominus goes to the Stark player, put him at 3 power. And the Martell player's got 8 power.
No icon.
Well, no, mine's like, mine's a little bit different.
And
I have initiative.
fallen from favor, I believe, into retaliation. Looks like a fan-made version of retaliation there. So Summer will get sacked off of fallen from favor. And then he'll get to play the other one he has in hand, which is a cool little play. And retaliation, obviously forcing the Stark player to go first. Get those Dornish fiefdoms pumping the gold there. And hitting back with a 2 claim possibly if he can marshal out something decent here. And there's Summer. And there's Fat Cat finally making an appearance for 7 gold. But with no dupe, no bodyguard. Ugh.
Kneel.
If you can get Jon Snow out next round with a dupe on him, we might see Cat get
Card.
Russian on the power challenges here, or Russian on the power gain. Sorry here.
So I'll draw 5 cards.
So 5 cards here off of Secret Schemes.
Sure, why not? More economy.
And plays an attention on Fat Cat there, losing the intrigue icon. So you have another power icon removing attachment there you can throw on her too. That would just be backbreaking. All right, Arion coming into play.
Ariane.
3 gold remaining. Gets a Maester Calliot in play, looking to steal another icon off a character.
Keep 0 Pastille. No gold.
It's like a military challenge here with Summer.
Cards and elf.
3 strength.
So that'll go.
No defenders. Claim is a Desert Scavenger, of course. Getting Venomous Blade back to hand.
Killers this turn. Now, go ahead and feed the cat. Oh, let's see.
Now you can do a power challenge with either Fat Cat or Sansa. Well, he'll lose an icon off of Calliot, I'm sure, but then that gets Calliot into a challenge.
Alright, so let's start off.
So he's just going to pass out of fear and passes over. Arion coming in on an intrigue challenge, 4 strength.
Unopposed. Queen is going to be 2. The 2 in my hands are the ones that we good?
Tumblestone and Jon Snow on the intrigue claim.
Oh. Sorry about that.
And does he have...
We'll do a power.
So power challenge with Calliot.
Okay. I have an action. Bounce Arian back to hand.
And Hota's back here, bouncing in off Arion, knocking Sansa out of the challenge.
So it's going to be unopposed.
So an unopposed power challenge here, won by Calliot.
Then I'll do a military for 5.
And now military challenge 5 strength coming in from Hota.
Unopposed. And then claim is 2.
And 2 claim. So 2 claim on the power, 2 claim on the military here. You got the 2 claim intrigue off. Pretty heavy retaliation hit here. And the sad part is going to kill characters that have those icon attachments, but they're just going right back to hand to come right back out. And we're going to see a power 1 played right back on Catelyn Stark after this, I'm sure.
Well, she's about to have no life.
But characters leave and play. She gets her
You don't need icons.
She gets her triggers off on Catelyn there to get 3 power on her.
Fish fry river. Alright.
Alright,
But you hear the Stark player saying that she's going to have no icons in a minute anyway. So.
At least I got that.
And Dominus goes to the Stark
handling
player.
is 4, so I have some discarding to do.
So 13 power on the Martell side, 6 power on the Stark side.
Man, I guess I should figure out what I want to keep.
And it sounds like the Martell player's got to make some tough decisions here on taxation. Going down to 4 cards. Sure, Arion's one of the cards he's going to keep, that's for sure. But he did just play that Secret Schemes and drew 5 cards too, so.
Alright, so these are the 4 I'm keeping.
So he's going to dump 5 or 6 cards there, wow.
Discard stuff.
Oh, he does have the Varys. Venomous Blade, Tainted,
Orphan.
Orphan of the Green Blood, and a Iron Bank has his due there, wow.
I'm scared of what you actually count.
Alright.
So I'm sure he kept the... So Wildfire into Wildfire here. Both looking to play a high initiative plot to go first, I'm sure.
You're losing, so.
So Stark player gets to choose since he's got less power.
Alright. These are all going to cycle. First, 2.
So I think the Martell player is going first. He needs 2 power to win.
I actually need to stand on my stuff from last round. Important things. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kneel. 7, 8.
So 8 gold to work with on the Martell side. Only get 1 gold off each of those fiefdoms. It's got the Blood Orange Grove Nelt here. Sure he's just going to marshal Arion into play. he does.
4-point Ariane.
And there's that condemned going on our Catelyn. Take away both of her icons. So the problem is Caliot's going first here. He can come in on a cheeky little challenge, possibly lose it, or it goes unopposed, and or maybe opposed. Who knows what gets marshaled here? But either way, he usually steals an icon. Then that leaves maybe an unopposed coming through on another character. So let's. You can see a power challenge getting pushed through here and just closing this out with the Martell player going first. So there's a green blood trader triggered.
Keep 2, pass
and saving 2 gold over to the Stark player for his marshalling. And he needs to just not lose here. But I don't know how he's going to do it. He's got 5 gold to work with and a Stark reducing location. Heart Tree Grove. It's like all the money spent using the reducer and gets Fast Eddie into play.
Away, but they're not actually dead, so they come back.
But that's all he's got. So we could have an unopposed intrigue coming through, getting a power, and then Caliot and Ariane, assuming no other characters come into play, is enough to get through on the power challenge, it looks like. And that power claim will close it out. So 1 strength intrigue coming in. Unopposed, of course.
Unopposed, claims 1.
And grabs a copy of the Blackfish on the intrigue claim. And I think he just pushed through the power here, but he's going to do military first. And you'll have to block with Summer on that one. But he's going to block with both. Oh no. That's not what you do. That's not what you do. And then an unopposed power just closes it out here, I think.
A power of 6.
And that's all she wrote. Congrats to the Martell player. Very interesting deck. Usual Martell tricks, I guess, but seeing the Iron Bank was pretty cool doing that. But yeah, thanks for both players playing on camera. Thanks to all the people who support the channel. You see scrolling by on the screen here, who donate on patreon.com. You can do so by clicking the link below. Any amount helps offset the cost of doing this work here, the cameras, the lighting, the travel to the tournaments, all my time spent editing and voicing these over. If you guys like that and want to donate to help it out, you can do so. Click in the link in the description below. Thanks again to Daniel for the footage. We got more coming up here from the Battles of Summerhall Atlanta tournament. And we got some Worlds coverage coming up. We got some L5R coverage coming up. So stick around the channel, subscribe, slap those like buttons, leave comments below, and share the videos on social media. But most of all, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I appreciate it.